Hello. Here's a question for you. In the world of legislation, who makes up the decisions, the final decision on, say, a dispute? Perhaps it's a dispute over money, about who owes what. Who is it? Is it you as a private individual? Is it your friends and family? Is it the shop down the road? Is it perhaps a private company like McDonald's? Or is it His Majesty's court? Now, I always thought it was His Majesty's court that would make those final decisions, that it would go in front of a real judge. The judge would listen to both sides of the argument and then make that decision. And that decision in the world of legislation would be the final thing. Is it possible that other companies or indeed public authorities could make those decisions without actually going to court? It seems very doubtful to me. However, it does seem that this is going on. Now, in March, most people up and down the land will receive a letter from their council demanding money for something called the council tax. And if people don't pay it, they'll end up getting a liability order, it having gone to a court. But is that a genuine court? And is that liability order issued by the court itself or somebody else? One of my viewers wanted to take the local council to task. He is in the Harrow area, so he contacted Harrow Borough Council and put these questions to them, seeing as that he had been to court and received not only the summons to go there, but also a liability order. And yet, when he contacted the court, they had no notion that there'd ever been a case in his name. Now, regular viewers will know that we've questioned the council tax on this. And so he gives them a phone call, and I would like to play that in and let you listen to the results. Now, I cannot say, because I wasn't there, that this is a genuine phone call, but I have no reason to doubt him. It sounds pretty authentic, but I'd be interested in your response to what follows now.
Good afternoon, London Borough of Harrow. How can I help?
Hello, good afternoon. I'm phoning about the council tax.
How can I help?
Right. I've just tried to get some information from the Her Majesty's Courts and Tribunal Service regarding the council tax.
Yep.
And they know absolutely nothing about it. There is no there's no case number. There's no unique reference number. In fact, what they've told me is that council tax is a bit of an anomaly.
Okay.
I wanted to see if there was a case number with my name on it regarding as to what happened at court regarding a so-called liability order that has allegedly been issued in my name. And nobody seems to know anything about anything.
Let me have a look at the notes on the account. No,
apparently I was taken to court and there's no record of me going to court. How come my name isn't in the court system regarding...
It really is with the courts, but council tax itself has its own... It's not its own court, but they send via liability order, we liaise with the courts so that the case does go to the court when it goes to a summons. Because I can see at the moment, obviously, with the...
Yeah, where does the summons come from? Do you know where the summons come from? So
it comes from, so if you've not paid your council tax or some along those lines, if it's late, if basically we haven't received the right amount of payment, then we send it, then it goes to a summons.
Yeah, but where does the summons come from?
From the council.
The summons come from the council?
Yeah,
okay.
Yes, summons are sent out.
Oh, right. So the council sends out the summonses?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Since when has the council been part of the judiciary?
The council is still able to send out a summons.
No, they're not. They don't have They don't have the authority to send out any summonses at all. Fact. They're not part of the judiciary. So again, you're telling me that councils are taking it upon themselves to be sending out summonses?
Okay, I think you're... obviously, you sound like you have quite an idea in your head about the council. And my advice at this point would just be to seek legal advice.
I'm a lawyer, my love. That's the reason why I know councils cannot be sending out their own summonses. Summonses have always got to be sent out from a court, not from a council. It says so in the legislation. Councils do not have the authority to send out summonses.
Okay, I can see you've already had conversations with many of my colleagues regarding this, and that you've been advised that you have to pay, and if you disagree, to seek legal advice.
No, who says I've got to pay? Can you tell me now? Who is it that is telling me, a living man, that I have to pay council tax? Who is it? Give me the name of that person.
Let me just have a look and see.
Thank you. Yeah, find the name of that person that tells me that I've got to pay council tax.
Did you speak with someone at the court?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, it seems it was. You wrote in, asked for a reply, and you got a response back from the person you spoke to at the court, which was.
He's just someone who works at Capital West London.
Okay,
yeah?
But then he obviously liaised with the court also.
Yeah, but he can't be telling the court what to do. Yeah?
It's not a case where obviously no one can tell the court what to do. It's the court. But
well, I was there, by the way, my love. Listen, I was actually there. And the court told me we are only here to listen to what the council is telling us, to cross the T's and dot the I's. Was acting as judge at the time, and she was the one who told me this particular statement. We're only here to cross the I's and dot the T's. But I was there as a litigant in person. And basically I was told to shut up. Yeah? We are doing what we're going to do. I said, but I'm here as a litigant in person. Yeah? I want to discuss what is going on in my court case. Well, you're not going to do it in this court. What? Now, bulk hearings is totally and utterly illegal. Now, I was there as a litigant in person. Now, I didn't hear anyone turn around and say, oh, and a liability order has been issued in the name. Never happened. So where are you getting these liability orders from?
Again, it is sent out by the council. I can see you've had conversations.
So the council are now sending their own liability orders as well.
I can see you've had multiple conversations.
Hang on a minute. Let me hear that again. You're telling me that the council sends out their own liability orders?
It comes from the council. If it's a liability order.
The liability order comes from the council?
Yes, because if you don't pay the council tax, then it goes to a liability order.
Yeah, but can I ask you something? Since when has the council been part of the judiciary so that they can even issue their own liability order?
So they all liaise with each other.
Yeah, I know that. But what I'm asking you, the question I'm asking you is, how can a council issue a liability order?
I'm sorry, I'm not really sure as to what you want me to say, because I've told you that they.
Well, let me explain then. I'll explain. Councils do not have the authority to issue liability orders. Fact.
All right.
Yeah?
You've taken
Liability orders. Hang on a second. Liability orders are supposed to be issued by the courts. Since 2003, liability orders are no longer a court-issued document. In 2011 and 2023, Sarnie Jones, the head of the legal department at the Ministry of Justice, turned around and told all legal advisors to stop telling people that liability orders exist when they don't. So, you're telling me that the council is setting out their own liability orders, when they don't exist, and they can't issue liability orders on their own because they have to come from the court. What a load of... This is the one big scam. And thank you very much for telling me and letting me understand now totally how corrupt the council is.
So there we go. That is a council admitting that they produce the summons and they produce the liability order. That is the same as McDonald's, Tesco's or any company just sending you a demand and saying, if you don't pay, we'll send the boys round. Doesn't sound a very fair system to me, sounds fraudulent and a total and utter scam. What do you think? Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.